You can't be a victim and a leader at the same time. Let me tell you what I mean. To make meaning of our experiences, we tell stories. And stories have characters. Three really recurring characters in stories are the villain, the bad guy, the victim, and the hero. So when we're telling stories about what's going on at work in order to make meaning of something, we use those characters. So we'll tell a story about a team or a process or a person, and we'll make that team or process or person the villain in our story. If only that finance team were different. If only that HR process were better. That guy in marketing said something the other day that really upset me. We make other people and things the villains in our story. And a lot of times at work, we'll grab a friend, a colleague, and we'll tell them the story. God, that finance team. Oh, that marketing guy. Oh, that stupid HR process. And we're asking that person, when we tell them the story, to be the hero and rescue us from this experience. We want them to agree with us. Yeah, you're right. That finance team, they're terrible. Yeah, that stupid process is broken. Yeah, that guy in marketing, he is a pain in the you-know-what. Here's the problem with that. When we paint someone else as the villain in our story and we tell that story to another person, there's only one character left, and that's the victim. And my friend, you are not a victim. You're not. You cannot be a victim and a leader at the same time, because victims are powerless and you are not powerless. And by the way, there are no villains at your company. There are only other people that do things differently than you do. So this dynamic that I'm talking about, the victim, villain, hero dynamic, is called the drama triangle. This drama triangle was conceived by a psychologist named Stephen Karpman way back in the 1960s. So if I'm coaching you and you're telling me this kind of a story, I'll let you go for a couple of minutes, because sometimes we just need to vent about things and we need to get it off our chest. But at some point, I'm going to stop you and say, okay, remember, there are no villains. So there's a person or there's a team or there's a process or some situation that is causing you distress. So it just happened. If it's another person, I guarantee you it wasn't intentional. They're just very different than you are. The question for you is, okay, what do you want to do about it? Right? As soon as you can shift yourself into that and ask yourself that question, okay, that just happened, what do I want to do about it? You shift from being a victim and you're a leader again. I own this. What do I want to do about it? Maybe I don't want to do anything about it. Maybe I do want to do something about it. But get to a place of ownership. What am I going to do about it? And what's the best next step? So that when we can make that shift as an individual, we move ourselves out of that victim corner of the triangle and back into the field of leadership. So if I'm coaching you, I want you to think of yourself as the owner of your situation, not the victim. And I can coach you, so I'm not playing the hero. I'm not trying to rescue you. I'm trying to ask you, what do you want to do about it? Because you own it. And it reminds you that that other person isn't a villain. They're just another person. They're just different than you. So I hope everybody loves this. When I talk about this drama triangle, when we introduce this with groups that we work with, it really resonates for people. Because it's true, we all know that we tend to do that. We tend to make ourselves the victims in our own stories. And if you're a leader, I want you to stop doing that. So you can vent for a couple of minutes, but then, okay, you own your situation. What do you want to do about it? Because leadership is a victim-free zone. You can't be both a victim and a leader at the same time. So I hope today you choose to lead.